Hello, I'm Ben Jordan. Are you Ranger Morales?
I'm afraid not, young man. I'm glad you've arrived, though.
What's the matter? Did something happen to him?
Come with me, and I'll show you. Well, here he is. We found him here about an hour ago.
My God, what did this to him?
It seems that this was the work of a creature that up until now was just a legend. A monster known as the Skunk Ape.
I guess I'd better start my investigation then.
The water flows past ever so slowly. You can see why this place is called the River of Grass. The thought of sticking your hand in swamp water doesn't really appeal to you. Besides, there could be alligators in there. The mutilated body of the ranger is stretched out on the dirt. Feeling slightly nauseated, you examine the body more closely. A large pool of blood is collected under the body. The ranger is wearing a pair of standard olive green pants. You search through the ranger's pockets, but find nothing of interest. There seems to be a tuft of hair clutched in the ranger's hand. Maybe he pulled it off the skunk ape as he was being attacked. You pick it up and place it in your purse. Did I say purse? I meant pocket. The ranger's midsection has been torn open by whatever attacked him. Several of his internal organs are visible. However, you notice that his liver seems to be missing. You'd really rather not handle another man's organs. The ranger's face is twisted into an expression of sheer horror. Either his attacker caught him by surprise, or he's just shocked at the fact that his innards are currently on display to the rest of the world. The ranger's mutilated and blood-soaked body is stretched out here, the latest victim of the skunk ape.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine, just a little jumpy is all.
Excuse me.
Yes?
What can you tell me about the murders?
Oh my, they're horrible. Ranger Morales is the fifth person we've found in the past 2 weeks. Before that, we lost another ranger, a young woman named Rita Myers. There was also a vacationing couple who were camping out in the woods, and the first person we found was a teenage boy who had gone out hiking. All the bodies have had one thing in common. They're all missing their livers.
Missing the livers?
Yes, our best guess is that the skunk ape eats the livers.
Yikes.
When the whole problem started, we found a few deer here and there with their livers torn out, but then we started finding people, and the MO just carried over.
Tell me about Ranger Morales.
I didn't know him very well, but he seemed like a nice guy.
Do you know of any reason why he might have been attacked?
Not really, no. So far the murders have all seemed to be random. However, he's the first body that's been found so close to the main tourist area. The others have been further out in the woods. If this keeps up, we may have to close the park until something can be done.
What do you know about the skunk ape?
I don't know any specific facts. The skunk ape was always more of an urban legend. But I have heard a few things. What exactly would you like to know?
What is a skunk ape exactly?
It's similar to a Yeti or a Sasquatch, but we call it a skunk ape because its trademark is a horrible smell. Some have described it as being a mix of rotten eggs, moldy cheese, and dung.
That sounds unpleasant.
It is, but the good thing is that that characteristic will make it somewhat easier to track down.
I guess. Has anyone actually seen the skunk ape?
The only ones who have are dead.
So there aren't any survivors or anything I could talk to.
I'm afraid not.
So if you haven't seen it, do you know what it looks like?
Not for certain, but the rumors of its appearance are all the same. It's supposed to be 7 feet tall, weigh about 300 pounds, and have a nasty temper.
Glad I asked. Are there any other animals in the park that might be capable of attacking people like this?
Not really. The Florida panther might be capable of it, but there's so few of them left it seems unlikely that they would be to blame. Besides, they usually keep to themselves.
Have you found any evidence as to what might be responsible?
The only thing we've found so far is a large footprint near one of the murder scenes.
I see. That's all for now.
Okay,
This is a nice park you've got here.
thanks. We rangers pride ourselves on keeping this state preserve as pristine and beautiful as we can. It's really a shame that our nation's wetlands are constantly disappearing.
Yes, I agree. Can you tell me how to get around the area?
Of course, this area isn't really that big. Over there you can see the roof of the visitors center. Near that is a ranger station, and of course there's the forest too. Here, take this brochure. It's got a map so you can find your way.
Thanks. Tell me about yourself.
Me? My name is Ernie. I've been a ranger here at Everglades National Park for over 30 years. I love nature. I guess it runs in my family since my brother moved out west to become a medicine man. Aside from that, I really don't know what else to tell you.
So, now that I know more or less what I'm dealing with, what do you suggest I do?
Well, that's a good question. Obviously, we need to find out why the skunk ape has decided to start killing people, and stop it from doing so again. As a park ranger, I'm morally opposed to killing it, but as it has already taken more than one human life, that may unfortunately be the only solution. I think your best bet is to go out into the forest and see if you can find out if the skunk ape has a lair, or someplace it stays regularly. Of course, you shouldn't go alone, but most of the other rangers have been too scared to go out into the woods since the killing started. I'd go with you myself, but I don't think I'm up for much excitement anymore.
You said most of the rangers were too scared to go into the woods. Are there any who aren't?
Well, there is one guy, Ranger Rick, but I don't know if he'll want to go.
Tell me about Ranger Rick.
He hasn't been working here very long, but he's one of our best rangers. The thing about him is, he's extremely superstitious when it comes to nature. He might go into the woods with you, but he might have some weird reason for not wanting to.
Well, right now he's my best option. Do you know where I can find him?
He should be at the ranger station.
Thanks for all your help.
No problem. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to ask. You open up the brochure and look at the map. An enormous tree has been uprooted and overturned. You wonder if this was caused naturally, or if it was the skunk ape's doing. A large tree stands here, casting a shadow over the rest of the area. You notice a few holes in the tree's bark where there's some dried sap. The tree's bark feels slightly sticky from the dried sap that is collected on it. You open up the brochure and look at the map.
That's a nice sign you got there.
Thanks. I painted it myself using my own blood.
I see. Hello.
Hey there, young man.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Lloyd Daniels. I've been living in Florida for the past 20 years.